More than a year has passed since the release of Alice in Borderland Season 2, and we can't wait any longer for the second season to arrive.
Congratulations to all players.
The Japanese TV series became popular during its first week of availability on Netflix, and a few months later, when Squid Game became widely successful, Alice in Borderland earned more viewers since the two shows have a similar premise. But when will we be able to see the second season of this show? Is it renewed? Anyone would be a fool not to renew this series, especially Netflix. That's why they renewed it just a few days after the series premiered in December 2020. The series is based on a manga series by Arisu, and from the moment it premiered, it became an international hit when the record-breaking Squid Game premiered. Alice in Borderland continued to grow due to the similar premise of the two series. Both of them have a series of games where you can win or die.
It'll be fine. You're with us. We'll play the game, get our prize, and go home, okay?
You have a few contestants which are forced to complete their tasks or face the consequences. If you enjoyed watching Squid Game, we highly suggest you to take a look at this show. It premiered on Netflix before Squid Game after all. Due to all this, we didn't have any doubt that Netflix will give this series another season since it's such a hit among everyone. Also, if you've watched the Season 1 finale, you can notice that it's filled with multiple Easter eggs that are in the final scene, making sure they have another season where they can explain everything that happened in the finale. It was only 2 weeks, on 24 December 2020, after the show premiered when it was confirmed that a second season was coming and fans could have gotten a better early Christmas present. According to Netflix, around 18 million households have checked out the first season of Alice in Borderland in the first 28 days since its release. While US citizens didn't see the feature, it became a hit show in many countries such as Thailand, Japan, and Hong Kong. We do expect the same to happen with the second season as well, and maybe the second one will be even more successful than the first, given that people have already shown great interest in shows such as this one, where you have a life versus death game. Release date. While we're thrilled that the show has been renewed for another season, we aren't that excited that we have to wait for it. Since the first season aired in December 2020, we were expecting another season in the next year, and when we didn't get it, it became a bit harder to believe that a second season was arriving. But with one simple announcement, the hope has been brought back. In November 2021, Netflix confirmed the news that a second season of Alice in Borderland will be coming in December 2022. Sure, there are still 10 long months until it premieres, but at least we have a date, even if it isn't so certain. The filming for the season was announced that it began in the fall of 2021, so we assume that they have already filmed quite a lot of the season so far, and that probably in a few months, they will be able to wrap up. Even though they'll wrap up in a few months, the show required a lot of post-production editing to add all the effects and make the show as it is. The process could take up a long time. This is why the show was set to be released in December rather than this summer. Many of the scenes are filmed using a green screen and with CGI, so it could slow down the process of finishing up this season. When the second season finally arrives, there will also be another 50 titles released to Netflix from Japan so they can increase international content. Among these new titles, there will be both series and films, both live action and animation, and who knows, maybe we'll get to see both Alice in Borderland and Squid Game at the same time since they're both renewed for a second season. Either way, we're more than thrilled that they've decided to air the new season this year, and we can finally learn what happens next. Cast. Netflix has yet to release an official detail on the cast members, but we believe that all the players that were alive in the finale will find their way into the second season. That includes the main characters, Kento Yamazaki as Ryohei Arisu and Tsuchiya as his partner in the games, Yuzuha Usagi. Given their presence in Season 1, it's important that they come back for the new season for their ongoing story. Both of the actors have already confirmed that they'll be reprising their roles, and we can't wait to see what the show has in store for the next. The Alice in Borderland manga creator Arisu revealed that these two characters are partially inspired by himself, reflecting the two sides of his personality. If all the players that ended up alive at the end of Season 1 were to return, we would end up seeing a lot of familiar faces among the cast members. This means that we should see Nijirô Murakami as Chishiya, Aya Asahina as Quina, and Ayaka Miyoshi as Anne. Also, Risa Naka will likely reprise her role as Mira, who in the Season 1 finale turned out to be the main villain of the show.
Mira.
Except for the
and will likely come back to haunt the players in the second season. Given that in Season 1 we saw a lot of players die, we don't expect to see any of them unless they decide to bring them back as flashbacks or in dreams. Other than that, the characters that passed away in Season 1 are all going to be missing from Season 2, but we believe that there will be quite a few new faces joining the team of Alice in Borderland. We've yet to see which new faces will join this show and what their roles will be, but we suppose it's too soon to tell. What will happen? As we mentioned, the show is based on the manga series by Haru Aso, and it shows the jobless and video game obsessed Arisu and his friends as they get stuck in an alternate version of Tokyo where they're forced to fight their lives in a series of twisted games. While in Squid Game the contestants were playing for a huge cash prize, in Alice in Borderland they're simply playing to stay alive. The first season ended on a very dark note when the surviving players learn that the mastermind behind these terrible games is Mira, who they believed to be a helpful presence.
I wonder, just how many of your close friends have died?
Also, it was shocking when in the final season of the season, they learned that every surviving player will be soon put through the second round of deadly challenges. The first season covered roughly half of the chapters of Haru Aso's manga series, but given that it has a total of 87 chapters, there are still plenty of stories to be told. While the actual plot of Season 2 wasn't revealed yet, we believe that Mira will play a bigger role in the season now that she has been revealed as the Game Master.
So be prepared. So then...
We will see the surviving players go through another set of games while trying to figure out a way out of this hellhole. Arisu will be faced with a harder challenge of figuring out who he can trust with his challenge since the many people he trusted ended up betraying him. It would include a more personal story about the main characters for sure, and we'll learn more about Mira's backstory. Hopefully, we'll see our favorite characters making it out of this alternate version of Tokyo alive and well. We believe that Season 2 will cover a lot more chapters from the manga series, but we would appreciate it if there were a few left for the third season. If not, then the second season might even include the manga's ending. However, even if it does include the manga's ending, if Netflix would want to extend the series, they could add new surprises and challenges for Arisu, Usagi, and every player that was left alive. On a related note, we wanted to know, what are you most excited to see in Season 2 of Alice in Borderland? Let us know in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more amazing videos such as this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.